Hey folks, welcome. Here we discuss real stories by real people. Today we have the story of a man who finds out his wife of 25 years has been cheating on him with her intern. Let's see how it goes. Story 1. I, 46 male, and my wife, 45, have been married for 25 years. And half of those years I feared that my wife was cheating on me. But I chose not to dig deep because I was afraid of what I would find. I wanted my family to remain in one piece for as long as I could help it. Then, early this year, a pregnant young lady showed up at my doorstep demanding to meet my wife's husband. I told her I was the one, and she appeared shocked. She told me she came to check if my wife was truly married as her boyfriend claimed. Then she told me my wife was cheating on me with her boyfriend who was interning in the company my wife works at. I asked her how she found out about it, and she told me she had always been aware. My wife was bankrolling her boyfriend and it was favoring her, but now she wanted the affair to stop. I didn't want to believe her. I asked her for proof and she promised to get one. We exchanged numbers and she left. This new revelation scared me, so I didn't say a thing about it to anyone. A few days after, my wife returned home and couldn't find the flash drive she took to work. So I went down to search for it in her car. Along the line, I found a receipt for groceries. I went through it and I found packets of condoms. I felt the air leave my lungs and for a minute I struggled to breathe. She never did grocery shopping at home and we didn't even use that brand of condom. So who were they for? The next day after my wife left home, I called her alleged partner's girlfriend and told her to show me proof of my wife's infidelity. She asked me if my wife worked on Sundays and I told her no. Then she promised to show up. The next Sunday, my wife and I were lounging on our patio when the girl and her boyfriend came. My wife choked on her juice on seeing them. When she got her acts together, she demanded they leave, but the girl ordered my wife to shut up. She asked her boyfriend, a lanky young adult who behaved like a puppet, to tell me what was going on between him and my wife, and he did. He even mentioned some of the staff at their company who knew about their affair. In the end, it resulted in a fight with her landing several punches on my wife. Later that day, my wife and I talked about the event. She apologized for cheating and told me she just wanted to feel young again, and that was how she felt when she was with her intern. She reassured me that she loved me and that there would be no repeat of the affair, so I didn't need to worry. I wondered if this was the woman I married. She spoke like she hadn't broken our marriage vow. She had disrespected our marriage without regard for me. I couldn't cope with her anymore. Right now, my divorce papers are in process, but she doesn't know. I've been treating her nicer than ever so she wouldn't suspect. I want to shock her, but she thinks I'm trying to win her heart and has been reminding me that she loves me. I can't wait to tell her that her love sucks. Update. My wife has been going through hell at work. Her lover reported her for sexual harassment and with proof, and now she's knee-deep in queries, fines, and others. I also informed my children about her affair, and now they're disappointed with her. To crown it all, I served her the divorce papers last night and I told her to sign it if she didn't want me to go to her company to validate her lover's claim. She pleadingly suggested we go for therapy and fix our problems together as a couple, but I refused. She should have thought about that before disregarding our marriage. She cried and begged, but in the end, she signed the papers and I felt free. At nearly 50 years of age, and now I have to restart my life. Wish me luck, folks. I'm glad you finally found the courage to end things with your wife, OP. Yes, you're starting over with your love life, but at least you're no longer married to a cheater who has probably cheated on you for half of your marriage. Her reasons for cheating on you with her intern suck, just like her love for you sucks. You deserve way better than her and her love. So get more engaged with life. Find new hobbies, spend more time with your kids, and make new friends. It's never too late, OP. Good luck. Story 2. I'm a cardiologist. I have my own practice and I work long hours. We are well off, so my wife doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home wife. A very good one. Our house is always clean, there's always a meal for me when I get home, and she wakes up as early as I do and makes me breakfast. We constantly have sex. Usually after I get home from work, she jumps on me and kisses me as a welcome. She's always really happy when I get home from work. She sometimes can't even wait till I'm done eating for us to have sex. One day, I came home from work and I was expecting the usual, her running to me, kissing me, etc., etc. But when I walked in the door, she didn't come running, so I walked into the kitchen and found her there. Food was ready as usual. She was washing something in the sink, so I went behind her, hugged her, and started kissing her neck. She turned away. I grabbed her and faced her towards me. She had a tear running down her cheek. I asked her what was wrong, but all she said was, "Do you love me?" I said, "Of course I do, honey. What's wrong?" She looked away again and mumbled something I asked her to repeat herself. She said, "I'm pregnant." We've been married for almost a year now, and we've been wanting a baby, so I was thrilled and full of excitement, but I didn't understand why she was in tears. I said, "Oh my God, that's great, baby, but why are you so sad about it?" She said, "I'm not. I'm happy, but..." "But what?" "John." She was quiet for a few seconds. "John, I cheated on you." I was speechless and completely shocked because I did not expect that. She went on. "Susan texted me 2 weeks ago. Susan's my secretary. She came on to me a few times, but I've always rejected her." My wife continued talking. "She told me you guys were having an affair. She said it's been going on for about a month now." I was completely furious, so I went and got a few drinks. I called Fred and told him about it, so he joined me immediately to support me. Fred is her guy best friend, who she claims was nothing but a friend to her. They were always really close, so it bothered me, but she made it clear that she saw him like a brother. She kept talking. I had more to drink until eventually I was so drunk I didn't know what I was doing. We went back to his place and he was being so affectionate and nice, so I slept with him because I wanted to forget all about what you had done to me. After a few hours, I came home and you were still at work. I had already sobered up, so I decided to act as if nothing happened, as if I didn't know about your affair. 2 weeks went by, and every day during those weeks, I went to Fred's while you were at work. I wasn't guilty at all for having sex with him because, in my mind, you had been doing the same thing to me for a month. I decided to check up on you, so I asked everyone you knew about the affair, but they all told me the same thing. That you weren't having one. That Susan was clearly trying to break us up. So as soon as I found out none of it was true, I called it off with Fred. Yesterday was my last day with Fred. I couldn't live with myself if I didn't tell you about it, so here I am telling you. Hoping you'll forgive me because it was all so stupid and I really regret it. I should have come to you first. I should have asked you about it, but I was scared you would just lie to me. I was still taking it all in, so I hadn't said a word. She put her hand on my face and forced me to look at her, and then told me, "Baby, I love you, more than you can imagine, and I'm so sorry." I looked away because I knew if I didn't, I'd forgive her right there and then, because I still loved her very much, even though she had hurt me. She removed her hand from my cheek, then set it on my chest. "I hope you can forgive me, John. I don't want to lose you. I can't live without you. Just give me one chance to prove that this will never happen again." I grabbed the hand that was on my chest and looked her in the eyes and told her to leave the house. She said, "Where am I supposed to go, John?" In anger, I told her to go to her lover's house. She turned away and started walking upstairs to our room. I thought she wasn't going to leave, so I followed her up there yelling, "If you don't leave, I will." But when I got there, she already had a suitcase out. "Just give me a few minutes to pack and I'll be out of here," she said. She was wearing a beautiful silk robe, which she dropped. Underneath, she was wearing my favorite bra and underwear, which she knows I love. She looked gorgeous. I was so hurt, but I loved her and I didn't want her to leave. She got dressed, grabbed the suitcase, and started heading out the door. Without thinking, I grabbed her suitcase and pulled her back with it. "Wait, don't go. If you leave, we'll never fix this, and I still have a lot of questions to ask." She said okay and set the suitcase down. "What do you want to know?" she asked. "Do you love him?" "Absolutely not. I only love you." "Is the baby his?" "No, it's yours, John. I promise." "How do you know?" "I was pregnant before I slept with Fred. The day I got drunk, I was trying to miscarry. I didn't want the baby without you. I wasn't going to tell you about it because I was angry about the affair, so I planned to leave you, and I figured it would be easier if you didn't know." "Is the baby okay?" "Yes, I went to the doctor. It's fine." "She slept in our bedroom, but I went to the guest bedroom that night." This was yesterday. "I don't know what to do. Please help me decide whether I should leave her or forgive her." Update. It's been about a month now. There's not a day that goes by that she doesn't apologize or begs for forgiveness. We still live together, but I sleep in the guest bedroom. I love her, and this is driving me crazy. I want to reconcile, but every time I think of forgiving her and moving on, I picture her in bed with another man. A man I knew. It's so hard. I want my wife back. My wife, not Fred's mistress. OP, it sounds like there's some communication issues that need to be resolved in your relationship. Perhaps consider going back through some marriage counseling together. Whether you break up with her or not, you're about to have a baby together, so I think it would be prudent to think about this before you make a decision. I think you owe it to yourselves and your future child to at least try to resolve the issues first. Also, Susan needs to be let go, if possible. Now for some comments. For me, the biggest kicker is she tried to orchestrate a miscarriage just to get back at you on the flimsy word of one person, knowing how much you wanted a child. I know I couldn't forgive that. The cheating I probably could figure out a way to move on with, but that attempt of trying to take that from you without even discussing it is so self-centered and atrocious. Best of luck, OP. Your wife continually had sex with a man she swore she saw as a brother. People don't have sex with their brothers. She lied and had continuous sex behind his back while he was at work supporting her. This was after they had only been married 1 year. Then, when she confesses to him, she puts on her sexiest outfit and tries to seduce him. This woman is no good. He deserves better. And why did she cheat? Because someone called her and told her he was cheating? So her response is to go have sex with a man she swore she only sees as a brother? This woman is wretched. Dump her fast. You've only been married 1 year and she cheated. She's financially dependent on you, and that's why she feels so bad. Don't be a fool. Your gut feeling about her being so close with this man was right. She said she sees him like a brother. Well, most people don't have sex with their brother. Move on. You seem like a great guy and a great catch. You deserve better. The first year might be rough, but 5 years down the road, you'll be happy you have a woman you could trust. You don't want a woman who has sex for 2 weeks behind your back with someone she swore she only sees as a brother. All the while, you're working hard to support her. Move on, 100%.